one thing I've been looking forward to this afternoon was how David D'Souza was going to introduce me, so that's a bit of an anticlimax, so you have to make up for it with the reaction to this, but thank you for the introduction. So this afternoon I'm going to talk about my take on enhancing employee experience, and my take is going to be about closing the chasm between the world that people live in outside of work and the world that we bring people into when we bring them into the workplace. I'm going to suggest there's a big chasm, and I'm going to suggest that a lot of the way that we think about work and we structure the workplace is better suited to an industrial age, and we need to drag that forwards. We need to drag it forward, in fact, beyond what we might think of as the modern digital age, beyond what we might think of as the age of information, and into another age completely. And this is what I'm going to describe as the age of choice. So this is going to be the next stage in our evolution, and I'm going to talk about the enhanced employee experience from being able to bring together those two quite different worlds. So examples: technology and people, the perimeters ever blurring, but the flavours of that technology and that opportunity exploding in an infinite number of different flavours. People growing up with technology now, they code, they play with it, they explore, they exploit. They don't go on the training course, and they don't read the manual. So when we bring them into the world of work, why do we give them the standardised, off-the-shelf version and lose all of that creativity and all of that potential? Increasingly, we move beyond what is a binary way of thinking about possibilities in the world. Increasingly, we don't need to restrict ourselves to male, female, boss, employee, conformist, or radical. Social has enabled us to connect with a whole universe of ideas that are different, and we can choose, we can navigate, we can follow, we can mute, we can block, we can mash things together, we can create our own playlist outside of work, come into work, and all of those restrictions come back onto us. But perhaps more central than anything else, the paradigms, the models that we use to understand the world around us have changed radically. So when they may once have been the solar system, the church, the patriarchal family unit, we now have the internet, a de-centered model. There's no top, there's no bottom, there's no obvious way through, and it's infinitely expanding. Millions of opportunities reveal themselves when we use these models to think about the workplace, and all predictability goes out the window. So when we think about careers and organisations, are we still thinking in linear ways, from sweeping the factory floor into management, into being managing director, or from university to employment to retirement? Have we still got these straight lines, or are we embracing flows? And within this decentered network, the focus is not on a centre, but on connections. So in our organisation, and think about that word, organisation, we have divisions, departments, and silos, walls between people, not bringing people together. And externally, how are we enabling people to connect with the community, and the community to connect with us in organisations? There are huge opportunities that we are moving people away from and that we keep people shielded from. So what sort of person exists in this new world? Well, with no straight lines, no destination, and no binary options, people become nomads. Movement and the journey is everything. But our organisations don't accept that. They still have this model. You start here, you do this, then you go there. So think about how our pension schemes operate, long service perks and awards. And when we think about reward strategies, are we creating systems that make this really difficult for people to explore in this creative way, this innovative way? Are we trying to force people back into a historic model of how workplaces operate? And when we think about that creativity, and we think about that moving away from binary decisions, think about the procedures in your organisation. Why, when we have all of this diversity and creativity, do we constantly try and narrow decision-making down into either or? If this, then that. Don't use your judgment, don't make decisions yourself, don't think intelligently in a sophisticated way, in an emotional, human way, think like a computer. Why would we do that? We've got great computers, they can do those things for us. We need to appreciate what it is to be human. And do our organisations look like pyramids of balding men in 2017? A lot of them do. Straight lines in which people's status is determined by where they are in that linear hierarchy. We're missing huge opportunity. So don't be afraid of people being replaced by machines. That's not going to happen. But we are going to be working with people for whom the world is decentered, who want different things, who don't want to travel the same roads that we all perhaps travelled in our careers early on. This isn't generation X, Y, or Z. This is generation cyborg. And this is the future of work. Thank you very much.